All right, welcome back to the Star Trek Rewatch, where every Thursday watch an episode of Star Trek the original series and then come here to talk about it. As always, I'll be reading the entry or the synopsis from Alan Ashman's Star Trek Compendium, and I'll give my thoughts and feelings on the episode and leave it open to you in the comments section below. So here we go. This week's episode is That Which Survives. This is the 17th episode of season number 3. We are quickly winding down here. The writer for this one was John Meredith Lucas, and the story was by Michael Richards and DC Fontana. The director was Herb Wallerstein. Stardate is unknown. Preparing to beam down to investigate puzzling geological conditions on an unexplored Class M planet, Kirk, McCoy, Mr. Sulu, and geologist Lieutenant D'Amato witness a beautiful woman appear in the Enterprise transporter room right when they're getting ready to beam down. This woman shows up and she touches the transporter, ensign, red shirt. Okay, he dies, right? So we get a red shirt death. Yay, it's been a while. I was like, yes. Um, he dies instantly as Kirk and the other members of the party are beaming down. They can't do anything about it. They materialize on the planet, and when they materialize, they are unable to contact the Enterprise, which has been hurled almost 1,000 light years away as a result of Losira's appearance. So that's the we later find out it's a hologram, okay? But she's appearing or manifesting on board the ship. The person here that is being manifested, her original name is Losira. We'll find out more about this later on. But her image keeps on materializing aboard the Enterprise and on the planet. Whenever she appears, she does this thing where she says, like she names the person and then she says, I am for you. And then she touches them and then they're like, they die. So she does this to a young engineering officer on board the Enterprise. And then she does it to Lieutenant D'Amato, who's slain on the planet's surface. Now, was this a surprise to anybody? When you saw Lieutenant D'Amato, the geologist or whatever, beaming down, it's like, oh yeah, that dude's dead meat, right? Because, I mean, they're not going to kill off Sulu, McCoy, or Kirk. Well, anyways, Mr. Sulu nearly escapes death after Losira's image announces that she has come for him. Again, I am for you, right? Wants to touch him. And he gets like, I don't know, she just kind of brushes his shoulder and it like ruptures all the cells and stuff. And McCoy, comes across him. But the landing party discovers that this image of Losira can only kill the person that she names. So it's kind of a weird thing, but find out that she's a holographic projection because they come across like this underground facility, a chamber where they find that this hologram or whatever being projected by a computer left behind by the Kalandans, an extinct alien race who used the planet as a scientific outpost. Just as Kirk and company are about to be destroyed by multiple images of the projection, Spock beams down and destroys the ancient computer, canceling the holograms of Losira that were designed to repel everyone that except for the long extinct Kalandans. The synopsis kind of leaves out one of the things that I liked the most about this episode was this was a Scotty Saves the Enterprise episode. Here you see Scotty inside of a Jeffries tube, right? Because the thing gest fused and the ship is accelerating, and like if they don't slow the ship down from continuing to go faster and faster warp, then it's going to blow up. So Scotty's got to go into the Jeffries tube and reverse the polarity. One of those, is this one of the first uses of it? I mean, reversing the polarity becomes like a big thing in Star Trek: The Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, Star Trek Voyager, Star Trek Enterprise. Like reversing the polarity of something is kind of one of the tropes in Star Trek, so we see it here. But all the banter between Spock and between Scotty, I found quite enjoyable in this one. Spock was a real jerk in this episode. Just, you know, Vulcan arrogance, I guess. But the part where he's correcting everybody on their calculations, it's pretty funny. One point, Scotty's in the Jeffries tube, and Spock is telling him how much time he has left, and Scotty's like, I can't remember the exact words, but he's like, I don't need a blooming cuckoo clock, reminding me of the time, right? Great stuff. Um, the guest star for this episode was Lee Merriweather. She played Larissa, and her credits here, her television roles include 4 different television series. She was Anne Reynolds and The Young Marrieds, Anne McGregor, an engineer in the television show The Time Tunnel, and she was the wife in the new Andy Griffith show from 1972, and the daughter-in-law. Let's see, and she says she's the daughter-in-law on the show Barnaby Jones. Miss Merriweather was a former Miss America. Um, Probably what I remember her from is that in the Adam West Batman movie, right? Batman the movie. For whatever reason, I don't know why, but Julie Newmar did not play Catwoman in that movie, but Lee Merriweather did. So interesting. She's like the love romance of Bruce Wayne, Miss Kitka slash Catwoman. Pretty goofy stuff. But anyways, I found this one quite enjoyable, mainly due to a couple of deaths. Because we've had a low body count this season. This one did not skimp on the action. Well, it was kind of a cost efficient episode. I always love me a Scotty saving the ship. And Spock had some sweet burns. Just great stuff between Spock and Scotty in this one. I really enjoyed it. So, well, it's not like the greatest episode that I've seen by a long shot. For a season 3 episode, this one was a step up, and I had a good time watching it. So, let me know what you think about this one below. And as always, till next time, thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day.